Okay. It is April 9th of 2024. I wasn't going to do a video. I was just going to focus on what I needed to do. But, you know, I live such a lonely life, just being that mule, that, you know, doing these little videos as I go about my day sometimes helps to break the monotony of the daunting work that I have to do. And being that I'm 62 and getting kind of tired, and I really do roll my eyes asking myself, what kind 62-year-old woman has all this kid shit? Well, it's not shit, stuff. I don't like to use the word stuff, because as soon as you use the word stuff, it becomes insignificant. Seriously, man. It's just stuff. Throw it out. Anyway. Okay, let me put it on me for a second. This is the plan, Stan. Oh, my eyes are bugging me so much. I know you can see this better than me, so I'm not using a flashlight. For me, it's all like I'm in a deep fog. I can, well, honestly, you see those bins? I can see the top bin, which is a lighter blue than the one that's under it. But taking it from here, going all the way down, I can see the end. I can see the contrast. Contrast of, oh, where am I? Now I lost it because my eyes, they just, right? Okay. On this, okay, here's the bin. You can see the light blue. We'll just call it light blue, right? From that point over. And then from that point, I see the contrast. But looking at the, you know, camera screen, I can't tell you what it is other than it's kind of beigey, right? So with that said, now we're going to go down to the next bin, which is obviously darker. Now I can see the end of this bin based on the contrast, but when we're getting down here, this is where my brain cheats. Common sense tells me, experience tells me, that if this bin goes down, it's bin upon bin, so that one is going to basically go straight down, and so on, right? Versus sticking out. What I'm trying to say is, I don't see the defined line between whatever is in there compared to the color of the bin. That's how bad my eyes are, right? Like, it's hard to explain other than it's like being in a fog where things become blurred, and some things you don't even see because they're white on white, translucent on white, you know, pale yellows on white. If I can't just, like, okay, let's see. I know there's a, see if I bring it closer, do you see that? I can see that now through the lens of this, through the screen of the computer, but when I bring it back, for me it's all blurry. Now I can see it from where I'm standing somewhat, either or. Okay, so we already know, right? But I just, people, you know what happens? Because I'm going around doing what I do every fucking day. Sorry, boo-boo day. You know, and whatever, and, you know, and I'm holding down the fort even after all this time. People just assume I can see. They take it for granted. They don't understand. Like, they think I'm faking the funk, and it's not true. Well, my brain cheats. My brain helps me to get through the day in terms of, you know, or touching things. Right? Touching things is a big one. When the eyes can't see what I'm, you know, if I pick up a bag, like I used to be able to see inside the bags. Half the time I can't even see what's inside the bag anymore. So basically what I'm going to do now is, it's not a big very space. I mean, but some space is better than no space. Leaky boat is better than no boat. That's the problem with the porch. It leaks. I don't know. My landlady's son, when she came for rent, I did ask her, I said, please contact Cody, remind him that he promised me that he was going to help me do this vinyl around the yard this year, you know. He's your son. Remind him he promised me. We were supposed to do it last year. We didn't do it this year. So this year it needs to be done. And when he comes, I think to just make it easy, I'm going to ask him to talk to his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Gill, right? To change that crappy, you know, the stuff on the, we're talking on the porch now, right? Where the X Club is and whatnot. To change that prefab stuff that's on the roof that's leaking like a sieve all over the place, and just lay plywood up there. But he has to come with his friends to do it, or Mrs. Gill can hire somebody to do it. And then the water will just go off the plywood through the whole thing, and I'll have a dry porch, and that would just make my life so much easier, right? It will slow down on the wood rot. Otherwise, that thing's going to come crashing down, and they're going to have to build a new porch at some point. They don't want to. So, you know, I've been doing my part all these years to prevent that from happening as best as I can. So keep your fingers crossed on that one, because that would be very helpful. Because I'm looking in here and I'm like, oh, I'd love to put some of this stuff on the porch, especially when it comes to like paper craft work that's in a box that, you know, it's because it takes up space. Like, for example, you know, because I said things have already been coming from downstairs up for a while now, people. Box. Now, what's in one of these boxes is I don't feel very well today. That's why I'm squinting. Plus, right? I kind of have a borderline headache. Right? Oh my Lord. Do you see this spot here? This one right here? This whole little spot here? There used to be, remember well, you don't remember. I was doing a little comment chat there with, or maybe I mentioned it in my video, I don't know. This is where that series of books, they're like little magazines, but they're really well made and really illustrated well. And they had different categories, you know, the appetizer book, the salad book, the soup book, you know, the quick meal book, and the cake book, right? Just, okay, and I don't know if they're down there in the basement anymore, people, but I had like, at least 2 feet worth of them, because I was buying over a period of years, getting the series. And I had them here, right along with those other books that were downstairs, which are probably gone because they were in that wall unit where I had the pasta sauce. Anyway, those ones were there. Those other series ones were here. And then I took them downstairs because I brought up some stuff from downstairs that was kid-related as Andre was getting a little older, or whatever, right? So that's how that shit ended up in there. And the books ended up downstairs. That's how that kid's stuff, boo-boo stuff, kids stuff. That's a trigger. The word stuff is a trigger now for me. Boo-boo. Anyway, ended up in there because, you know, Andre's getting older, right? Maybe he can use some of it. And then, okay, everything kind of went on a lull for a while. And then I'm just doing a video. I'm trying to get motivated here, right? I'm so overwhelmed with it all. Anyway, I brought up a few more things because as Auntie Shemay's room was kind of filling up with those buckets with the wheat and the beans and whatever, right? I was taking out bins from her room. Initially, it was supposed to be a sewing room. It never ended up being a sewing room. It ended up being food storage. And, you know, and then Tisha moved out. So as she moved out, that's when I took the opportunity to clear out Shemay's room with my fabric bins, as well as, you know, some school stuff, or kid stuff or whatever, right? And the rest went into Tisha's room. That's how the fabric started piling up in there. Now keep in mind, I could have rented those rooms out, people. I could have made money off of those rooms, but I wanted peace in the house. I wanted my son not to have to worry about theft of his belongings or my belongings, for that matter. You know, I didn't want to have to worry about somebody moving in saying they're not a drug addict or not an alcoholic or this or that, and then 2 months later you find out that they are, and well, you're stuck with them, right? In the meantime, your shit's going missing. You know, they're bringing their friends over, they're having fucking parties, or who knows? Like, I've been there, done that so many times over the years, even before my kids were freaking born. You just don't know. You know, not every tenant or roommate steals, but some do. And I'm just saying. So with light of what happened to Shimei, you know, she murdered in the basement, cops covered it up, Uncle John gets medically kidnapped, or whatever, right? Sierra's off being whatever she was doing there with her addiction. You know, it didn't matter what I was doing. I couldn't save her, people. I tried to save her. The kids gave her chances downstairs to save her, but nothing worked. And I didn't want to add more fucking stress into the house. I wanted my son to just have some fucking peace, with me having peace upstairs, knowing that between the two of us, we could keep the landlady happy with the rent and maybe try and get back our life a little bit after it was basically destroyed. From one thing to another thing to another thing. First it was fucking Andre. Then it was, what happened? What happened? Uncle John got murdered. And then Shimei got murdered. Cops covered it up, right? And then, you know, Sierra, through all that, she ended up becoming a freaking 8-year fucking junkie to the freaking needle, right? From the moment she was evicted from this house illegally. As if my son didn't have a whole lot of freaking cortisol going in his brain. And I was going to rent out 2 rooms just so I could have extra money and do what with it? Buy more stuff? No, that's not where my headspace was at, people. It was food security. So I took the available room and I did what I thought was best. And I never gave up on my sewing. Never. I'm still haven't. Hell, we're designing belly dancer outfits, for crying out loud here. Wink, wink. Right? Aren't we, ladies? Serious. Once I'm all caught up with this shit, if there's any kind of freaking ability for me to see, all I have to do is say, what color is it? What color is it? What color is it? Do you think these colors match? Great, let's get on with it. We're going to make something. If my stitch isn't as straight as it used to be, I'm sure people will understand. And then that fabric will start to move. One way or another. But not right now. Not until I get a chance to be me. To get my little teeny weeny life back after being that freaking mule for everybody else all these years. That whip on my back on that side, whip on my back on that side, whips on my fucking, sorry, boo-boo legs, right? You know, put a fucking noose on me, hang me on a tree with a little stepping stool so that, you know, I can save myself? Yeah, okay, as if I'm gonna save myself like that. Sure. I'd have to be Houdini, a magician. I'm not a magician. I don't play with black magic. But I will stand up against it, people. And I've stood up against fucking all that kind of bull crap, you know, oh, well, you know, yeah, get away from me. And with the world, the way it is now, I don't know. So anyway, okay. Well, what was the point of that? I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm actually feeling very motivated here. Physically, I'm tired. You know, and it's not like I haven't been asking for quote-unquote help. And now that the plan has been disrupted, honest to God, if they would have just left everything alone, more than half of that shit would have been out of there by now. You want to know why? Because I was going to go downstairs and deal with that first before I was going to deal with this or that. But now I'm upstairs stewing Well, steaming, really. But today I'm stewing. I'm not steaming. I'm not as angry as I was yesterday. But I'm still stewing. But I'm not trying to dwell and let it consume me and derail me from what I need to do. Right? And being that I can't do what I wanted to do downstairs, I'm just going to focus on getting this little... The mission is, today, this is the mission. The mission is to clear out this center part of this room. I don't know where I'm going to put some of this stuff because I can't use the porch. I really can't. And like when I said, like when I was downstairs slowly but surely changing over Shimei's room that, you know, was supposed to be the sewing room, and then it ended up becoming a food storage room because I can get it really cold, like my bedroom, right? You know, and just with things going the way it was, now it turns out that I did the right thing, you know, and I mean, I wasn't thinking to the extreme where our governments were trying to depopulate the planet by any means necessary, where they were going to create famine on a larger scale compared to what it was before, as if we need more famine in the world, right? And it's knocking on my doorstep. Oh, yeah. But, you know, I don't need to worry about that too much right now because I've already got that base covered. But as I was building it in, I was bringing up bins from Auntie Shimei's room if I wasn't putting the fabric in Tisha's room. And, you know, I got a box there that I showed you those plates that I used to have. They were plastic plates. They're about this high. Plate after plate after plate after plate after plate after plate. I don't know how many freaking plates are in there. Oh, probably about 25, 30, or 40 plates. Plastic plates that you can wash. Because I used to do shit at Gateway Place, people. I used to work with 40 to 60 kids at one time. I couldn't afford to go off and buy paper plates all the time. I'd let them use the plates, gather up the plates, go into my little dinky apartment, and wash the freaking plates for the next time. I still have the plates. They're sitting in a box over there. And, you know, when my son was talking about these middle-class people that so much for cleaning up the bloody room. But when he was talking about, you know, that middle-class, whoever they were, that bought that, or leased, they leased 17 acres and took the house and turned it into a daycare, and that they're looking for outside play toys. You know, my son wants me to donate that playhouse and whatnot, right? Outside. And, you know, anything miscellaneous that could benefit them. You don't think that, I don't think about these plays thinking about giving it to those people? I don't need them. I used them already. I'm never going to be working with 40 to 60 kids again in the manner that I was doing it when I was actually using those plates. So in my troubles, I was going to gather a little this, a little that. I don't know. I mean, there shouldn't be the pressure to have to give everything away because it's just stuff. But yeah, some things I can let go, like those plates. I'd be happy for them to be out in the farms, right, with the children. That would make me happy. But they didn't even give me a chance. But I eventually brought them up from downstairs, and they're in here, taking up room in here. And then also what else is in that box is, when I used to go out and do, you know, events, I still have some paper plates, napkins, cups, that kind of stuff that are in really good shape because they were well protected in a bin downstairs, undisturbed, being patient until they were needed again. Well, Tisha might have a little birthday party in the summertime at Bear Creek Park. Take them. Use them. I don't need them. Right? I didn't know I had them downstairs. I forgot. But now they're up here sitting in a box. What? Put them on the road? I wanted to do a little park event, bootleg style. But Tisha doesn't want to do it because she's so hurt with the struggles that she's seen her mother go through when I used to do that kind of stuff, and how, I don't want to say, well, I do want to say, we're a lot, not all, but a lot of people just took it for fucking, sorry, boo-boo granted, and thought that there was no cost to it, when in fact there was a cost to it, because I paid for it. And not only did I pay for it, but it brought stuff to the house that interfered with the quality of living for my own kids, because a normal person that doesn't go out and do community events or any kind of activity within the community would not have these things in their house. A stack of plates. I haven't lived at Gateway Place since 2008, people. We're in 2024. How long have I been holding on to these plates for, thinking that I'm going to be out and about? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 15 years. So when my son said, Mom, here's a place for you to make a donation, think about it. I've been thinking about it. There's some plates. You'll have more than enough for your daycare. You could open up 2 daycares with the number of plates that I'll be donating. Seriously. And they're washable, reusable, which is important. But they never gave me a chance. You see, that's the thing. And that's why I'm kind of mad now, right? Because... So anyway, I have to bring up a few more things. I already knew that after my son asked me to empty out that one little area and, you know, condense it down to the 2 bedrooms, basically. So there are things in there, in Tisha's room, like I'm pretty sure there's Dupo blocks in there, which is perfect for Kyrie. What 62-year-old woman has freaking a bin full of bloody Dupo blocks? Like, seriously! Most grandmothers just want to have their grandkids around for a couple of hours and then hand them back to their parents. Goodbye! Don't touch Nana. Don't touch Grandma's bowl of candy. Don't touch Grandma's this, and you know, and sit down and be quiet. You get a little coloring book and a little pack of crayons. That's all you get. It's kind of the way my grandma was. I couldn't touch anything. Except I could run free outside and I'd climb trees. Oh, yeah. She had a huge yard, so I was always running around. Oh, hell, no. She was so pickly about her yard, people. You know, she planted flowers, and she'd have her grass mowed all nice, and then you have the grass, right? You have the grass. On this side is all grass. And then on this side begins the flower bed, right? So it'd be dirt. If I stepped on the edge of the grass and squished it over into the dirt, oh my God, my grandmother would have a frickin' fit. So even outside, I had to be careful about what I did when it came to her stuff, including grass, the border of it, right? Oh my. Where I'm different. Not because I want to be sometimes, just because my life personally is so out of control that I can't control everything. So I just accept that I'll find a sock somewhere tucked off in a corner where it should never be, and how the hell it got in there I'll never know. Or, you know how that happens, right? You know? Or a banana peel, throwing on the wall, like, as if, like, okay, or you know how kids like to pick their boogers and then running on the wall? Oh my God. Just stupid shit like that, right? And little Kyrie and Alea May, they're quite messy, right? But I want to bring more structure to them. I want them to be able to walk in and pick what they want to play with for the day before they outgrow this stuff, okay? And if Marcane was smart, like, honest to God, if this boy of mine was smart, he'd be nice to me, right? So that when he has children, all he has to do is come home and say, Mom, you got anything for the kids? I'll be like, yeah, take it. Please, do me a favor. Take it all now. I don't want it no more. I've had it for like 50 years already. I'm tired. But it's stuff. They'll buy it when they need it. Well, some of this stuff, first of all, you won't find it ever again. And when you do buy it, it probably won't be as well made as some of the stuff that's here right now. And at what cost? But anyway, I can't think about that because he hasn't even had his first kid yet. I'm dealing with the ones that are in the here and now. And I am reluctant to give this kid stuff away too fast. Just because I know Alea May likes to come and play with some of this. And she gets real excited when I give her some to take home. But then Tisha gets a little annoyed with me sometimes because I'm giving her too much. And now she has too much at home. So it has to stay here, right? But so it's not like I'm not doing anything I didn't want to do, right? In terms of opening up this room where they can come in and say, I want to play with that, I want to play with that, or whatever, right? Amari. I got a whole bunch of shit in here I specifically bought for Amari. But, alright. So, but I'm not going to take that box with those beautiful plates, even though I'm not going to use them, and put them on the porch so the elements can destroy it. Because even if you bag it up in a plastic bag, put it on the porch, you know, with the air, right now, with the temperatures in the air in terms of the moisture and the coldness of it, it will just saturate through the bag. The bag will start to sweat. The cardboard in the bag will start to sweat. And once that starts to sweat, everything that's inside the box begins to sweat. And then if you leave it too long, it ruins everything. And you're either throwing it out or having to wash it. That has been my routine living in this house for all these years when it comes to anything that's outside. For the most part. So I'm stuck with this box here. Same thing with those paper plates. And I have Dixie cups. Little teeny weeny Dixie cups. I got an old ice cream maker that I've had since 2007, living at Gateway Place. And it's an electric kind. It's like, and it makes soft ice cream, like if you were to go to McDonald's and get a soft ice cream cone. Yeah. And a couple of other little ice cream makers. I'm not going to give that away. No. I'm not, people. I want to use it with my grandkids this year. So it's sitting down there on the floor because I have no place to put it. I got that sausage maker right there. It's a big ass box. My son said, sell it, we'll never use it. And I'm like, nah, I already bought it. That's okay. I'd like to keep it as a family heirloom. Just because you don't think you're going to use it now, you might use it later on in life, especially if you get a smoker. Right? You know what I mean? And you don't have to use meat, really, if you think about it. You could do a bean base with some fish or something, or bean, you know, like, well, you could, why does everything have to be a meat sausage? Like, why couldn't you use a sausage maker to make, you know, a sausage that's not all pork, but maybe half and half bean with pork, or whatever, right, to spread it out. Because if you're worried about, this is recording, right? Yeah. If you're worried about food scarcity, to which my son expressed to me that he is worried about it, because he's well aware of what's going on in the world when it comes to extreme weather events, supply chain disruptions, problems with our ports, looming war, just that kind of stuff, right? Cost of inflation, right? And that he came to me and he said, yeah, I'm glad you did what you did. You did the right thing. Well, if that's the case, why the fuck are you abusing me? Right? You don't see it abuse. Maybe he doesn't see it as abuse because he never grew up with watching a man abuse me. I stayed away from abusive men so that my kids didn't have to grow up watching their mother being abused. So I forfeited my sex life, my love life, my companion to protect my children. Because, you know, I tried to have relationships, but they all ended up being boom, boom, boom. to one degree or another, or just a whole lot of mind effery that was taking me away from the things that I needed to do for my family. And I chose my family before I chose a man. I gave up the man to be there for my family, and now my family, I don't know, like, but then my family is injured. And that's why I didn't rent out those rooms, because I, you know, for all the drama and trauma that we had when the house was full of people going, you know, whoever, and then, you know, all that, you know, disappearing of this and death of that, and, you know, it just got to be too much. So I just shut those rooms down, people. I was trying to protect my son. I was trying to give him a mental reprieve, for crying out loud. I was trying to give him a sense of safety where he had his own space. Where he had basically his own space. You know, the only time I ever went down there was to bring food down there or whatever. But what happened was, you know, sometimes things wouldn't get done fast enough, right? But, you know, he navigated around it, and, you know, he managed until this girl showed up, and then all of a sudden she wanted to be in a freaking mansion and expected me to gut the basement so that she could pretend that she lives in a fucking mansion as she's running around bossing everybody around to one degree or another, even though she doesn't see it like that. If you want a mansion, go find one somewhere else, because you're not going to find it here. Right? And then, of course, you know, man wants to please his woman, right? So, of course, my son is going to try and keep her happy, but not the way it's been going on, that's for sure, you know? So I feel, I feel, I don't want to say I feel cheated, because my son isn't grateful for what I did do, in terms of I covered the rent, you paid. When Edgar moved in after Shimei died, right? Edgar moved in after Shimei died. Shimei died in April of 2018. Edgar was Marcane's best friend. And just because it was so sudden, whatever, you know, Marcane wanted, Edgar needed to play. Okay, so Andre moved into Shimei's room. He was only with us for 1 year, people. Now, at this time, Tisha was already with Alex and pregnant, because she was 7 months pregnant when Shimei died, right? But she was still paying for her room, okay? And then, anyway, Edgar was with us so eventually Tisha stopped paying for her room, because it kind of became, you know, it became where we knew she was going to now be with Alex, right? Little May came, and, you know, it was time to move on. Okay, so then I just basically closed off the room, and her bed sat there for a long time, and, you know, I put a few things in there, you know, right, whatever. I'm just trying to make sure I get this timeline right. And at that time, a lot of those fabric bins were upstairs. They were in my sewing room, they were in my bedroom, but as soon as Tisha decided that was it, she was basically done with that room, she wasn't going to pay no more rent, that's when I started taking fabric bins from upstairs and moving them into Tisha's room. No, I did that after Edgar moved out, and those fabric bins went into Auntie Shimei's room. I have a video with me being in that room empty after Edgar moved out, with a red dress on a dressmaking form, thinking about turning it into a business room or a sewing room. So that's how the fabric bins that you see downstairs now in Tisha's room ended up coming out of this room, my bedroom, and as well as my, you know, little sewing area in my living room. And they all went along one wall, basically, right? And it sat like that for quite a long time. And then Tisha moved on. And then, of course, the food prep picked up. Now we're getting into 2020. So because Edgar was only with us for one year. So he moved out in April or May of 2019. And then that's when I started bringing down the bins into Auntie Shemay's room. So I guess Tisha was still kind of using her room a bit and paying rent to me, right? But then eventually, you know, she moved on and stopped paying rent. And that's when fabric started moving into Auntie Tisha's room, aka the business room, as I was bulking up people on the food prep. That's when I stepped up my game and I bought, you know, 55 pounds of this and 55 pounds of that and 25 pounds of this and 44 pounds of that. And, you know, I vacuum sealed initially. Then I went into the buckets with the camel lids and oxygen absorbers. And, you know, now I'm at the point where I'm not worried about it unless I get robbed. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, is getting robbed at this point. My son's worried about getting robbed when the shit hits the fan and it becomes like an Armageddon situation where it becomes a Mad Max and he's got to, like, you know, patrol the yard to keep the hoodlums out, you know? I said, we're not there yet, so calm down. You don't have to worry about that just yet, right? You know, in a situation like that, yeah, maybe food might become the target, but at this point in the game, ain't nobody be targeting that food other than to be spiteful. Right? Because there are a lot of thieves in the world, people. There really are. And we know there's somebody out in the community that targets my house, watches my videos, creeps around, does stupid shit. So, you know. And then, yeah, and then as the wheat was coming into Auntie Shemay's room, the beans or whatever, my canning goods, right? Whatever. That's how it became a food storage room, basically, as the bins that were in that room ended up moving into Tisha's room once she finally kind of said, that's it, I'm not paying no more rent. I don't want the bed. You can do what you want with it. I left the dresser there, and I just fucking worked around it as I was doing everything else that I was doing. Right? And then all of a sudden now it's like this, and I did that unconsciously, in part. I know why I did it, people, because I didn't want to. Because my son will rent out the room, you know, we need the money. And I'm like, no, we need the peace. Just shut up, right? You got the whole place to yourself. Be happy for the most part. Because very rarely would I go down there. You know, there was times when I brought things down, it would take me a while to go and put things away because of whatever I had to do upstairs, because ultimately I don't get enough help. If I would have gotten more help from wherever that help would have came from, things would have moved downstairs faster. But at the most part, my son was like really copacetic with it. You know, he had the kitchen, he had the living room, he had his bedroom, you know, he's basically had the laundry room, right? You know, and for a single man, it was okay. But as soon as he moved in a woman, oh my God, everything changed. Because her expectations were too high when she came in. She expected me to become the sacrificial lamb for her fucking happiness when I already warned her that you're not going to be happy in this house because it's a hard house to live in. Period. I know. I've been here 14 years. It's the hardest house that I have ever had to live in. So just be grateful that you have a house. And I left them alone. They wanted me to all of a sudden start knocking before I came in. That took a little while to get used to, even for Tisha. It took all of us, because you have to remember, 13 years, we never knocked. Everybody just ran in and out because we were one big happy family. Right? And then all of a sudden, right? You know? Okay, we adjusted. We did it. Doesn't even bother me anymore. No. Because I understand the principle. You could be running around with your undershorts on. I never thought about that, Mark Hain. Just saying. Not that he did that before, because he never did, right? So, but I guess when you bring a woman in a house, you do. So, I don't know. It's been so long since I've been with a man. No, just that's a joke, people. But you know what I mean, right? He wanted just that little bit of level of respect. And we give it to him. Anyway, all right. So we know I can't get rid of those plates yet. We know I can't really put them out on the porch because I'm just asking for trouble. And I don't want to give them to somebody else that's been, you know, I know what the elements can do to shit that sits in a box if it's not well protected. And even when it's well protected, the longer it sits in a box with the variant temperatures that go on if it rains, the moisture's in the air, you know, it just whatever. There's really not much here. It's just one little pile in the middle. The goal is just to bring up the yellow table so that I can open it up and, you know, I can either bring one or two things down for Alea May. When she comes, she might want to play Mousetrap with Andre, right? So in that situation, I'd bring it down and put it on the table and make it available for her, so that after she's done playing with it, she can put everything back in the box, not lose any pieces, and then put it back on the table. And that would still leave me a little space to find something, probably some cookbooks. It's the principle, people. I got freaking cookbooks. Deb, I got cookbooks all over this house. Look at this shit. Haven't touched it in years. I've been too busy being a workhorse, a mule. So, but, you know, I'd probably sell those. Try and sell them first anyway, right? I mean, eventually they might have to be donated. You know, people don't like to read anymore. Right? They don't, right? They want everything on Google or by voice, right? Because they feel like their lives are so busy that they don't have time to look at a book, right? So those ones can be more than likely sell when, and then if I have a table here, it can bring them down, and then once I bring them down, that opens up a shelf to put something else up there that can like make it easier, like for the kids. I'd only take them down to put kid stuff up there. That's basically it. And the only reason I have the kids stuff is because I've got kids around me. I've always had kids around me. And after Alea May and Kyrie grow up, they'll probably still be kicking around some of this stuff. And then maybe Marcaine and Marina will have a child. And then maybe it can be passed on down to them. If they don't want it, well, by that time, I probably won't even be around much longer, people. Like, I'm worn out. Like, seriously, I'm so worn out. Like, I'm not living for another 20 years. There's no way I'm living for another 20 years. I've already lived my lifespan. You know, the stress can, you know, it ages you. And I'm hard on my body. I'm a mule. What mules don't last forever, you know, in terms of that workhorse, right? Like, we're lucky to have a golden year in our lives at the end, just so that we can, you know, that workhorse that's ready up for slaughter, but somebody rescues the workhorse and they actually get to be put out into the pasture and live their last few years or whatever it is in peace, as a horse is entitled to, after it was worked like a workhorse. You know, I don't know if I'll ever find peace in a pasture. I can't even build peace into my own house, for crying out loud. Okay, so there, let's get on with it. So the mission for the day is to get this, whatever's in the middle. If you notice, there's a tambourine. Oh, now, why would I have a tambourine in there? Huh? What do you think? Do you think that's for the kids? Yeah. Andre doesn't want me to sell this stuff yet, or whatever, because he wants, you know, I bought him a music program to record different sounds and music and whatever, and he wants to record these things, right? Okay. So, that's what I have to get out and figure out what I'm going to do with it from, right? It's just a big pile of crap. And I had Brooklyn's girlfriend, one of his first girlfriends. I guess she showed up at my house when she was 15. Oh no, sorry, 13. I thought she was 15, but then she was around for quite a few years, so maybe that's why, right? She came to me yesterday, and she asking me to look over some court papers for her, because, I've been dealing with courts with Andre and Uncle John and whatever. Okay, so I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that for you. And, Mama Lynn, and anyway, she was, I don't know, Brooks met her. I guess she started coming to my house when she was 13. My son would have been probably 14 or 15 at that time, I would think. And they were, kids are fucking dating. And I'm like, holy crap, right? Okay. So, over a period of time, though, they started fighting. Kind of like a Julian and Shmee. Kind of like a freaking Austin and a Sierra, right? And they would be fighting all the fucking time. And I'd be like, go away, Tina, go home, get out of here. Shoo. I used to try and shoo her away all the time. And she'd be back scratching at the window, at Brooklyn's window, because, it was the main floor, right? Oh, my God. I catch them all the time. Anyway, that went on for a couple, 2-3 years. Like, seriously, it did. It drove me nuts. And then eventually things changed. Well, she was here yesterday, and she reminded me that she was 13, because I thought she was 15. She was probably 15 when she finally just didn't come back for a while, right? And so, so like Julian and Shmee weren't my first rodeo. Sierra and Austin weren't my first rodeo. She brings me to the first with my oldest son, with his girlfriend at a young age, trying to, do things that they're, I said to Andre today, I said, gee, Andre, I'm so glad that you're not thinking about having sex. He goes, what do you mean, Nana? I said, well, you're coming into, because, Nana, I got a pimple here. And I said, yeah, well, don't squeeze it, because you might create acne for yourself. Your body is starting to change. Now I got a hair here. And I'm like, yeah, your body's starting to change, right? You're turning from a boy now into an adolescent that's going to become a man, and you're going to get these things happening to you, right? And after Tina left and everything, I said to Andre, I said, I'm so glad that you're not showing an interest in sex. I said, don't do that too soon, because, you'll have trouble, right? Right? Fighting. Young people, they're not ready for it. I said, that's why, some cultures, right? They make it a taboo so that young people can grow up and be more mentally stable for when they do develop a relationship. Because what happens if you start too young with the sex part, you confuse sex with love, and the sex is not what gets you through the relationship over a period of lifetime, right? In terms of being monogamous with each other, in a true sense of a relationship, right? And I just told him, I'm glad that you're not looking at girls that way. Right? Because God forbid if I need another freaking little teenager running around chasing Andre yet. Oh my God, that would be terrible. No, so anyway. All right. I can do this. I don't know. I was just going to show you. I wasn't going to talk about it. I was just going to do. But this is hard. Because it's, I have to make room for more shit to come up from Tisha's room, so I can empty out that squished up little freaking storage room that they gave me now, food storage room, and they squished everything against a wall as if I can get to anything now. But I ain't going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with this room first, that room, and then I'll put my focus on downstairs. And I'll deal with downstairs then. And then after I'm done with the basement, then I'm getting onto the porch, doing X repairs with Andre, X Club repairs with Andre. I'll talk to my landlord and her son about just ripping off that plastic crap and putting on some freaking plywood with a, you know, a special kind of paint just so the water runs off it so that it doesn't eat the wood, protects the wood, right? To just make life a little more palatable for what time I have left living here, right? Because some of this stuff could go out on the porch, but when it gets rained on, I showed you, like, you know, where those other stuff was in the X Club, if that wasn't leaking to the degree that it was leaking, it would have been fine for what it was, for what was put there. But now, actually, I have to get in there actually very soon because that shit's wet. And yeah, I need to, oh my God. Okay, I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not mad today. I'm just annoyed. I'm very annoyed with this whole situation. What's going downstairs. Andre says, yeah, until you go downstairs now and you see something missing, then you're going to get mad again. I said, you know, Andre, you're probably right. That's exactly what's going to happen. But the shock of it went away. So yeah, you know, like for a day with Alea May, now I don't have my glasses here. I don't know where they are. So I'm assuming, I don't know what's, that kind of looks like flowers to me. So I wouldn't throw this out. I would just leave it in the room so that when Leia May comes, as a matter of fact, I'm glad I looked at this because once this table is up, because this house is small and I don't have a lot of room for crafts and arts and all that crap, I could leave this on the table and grab a few craft things, and Alea May can come in here and glue whatever she wants. Like I have like little flowers, you know, whatever, right? Or whatever. I'm sure I can find something in here, you know, right? And then she can take it home and maybe we can put a magnet on it and she can make a nice little wall thing. I mean, magnet, fridge magnet, right? So before I throw it out, I think I'd use it for that. See, there's this, look. So I like to take, you know, even though sometimes things are negative, I'm always trying to turn things into being something positive. Want to play ball? Right? See, when I grab shit like this, I don't even know what this is. But look, I'll just turn that into a little craft thing with scissors, glue, whatever, felt pens, whatever. And then after the table's up here, this is the positive part of what's going on, right? There will be room for her to stand there and make something. And we could even bring Kyrie in, and he can stand on something and maybe do his own little thing. And then, of course, if Andre ever wants to come in here and do something, he can. And then when it comes time to start selling something, I have the table to bring down the books, put them on the table, take a picture, see what happens. If they don't sell and I'm not interested in keeping them anymore, well then, yeah, I'll just bag up a couple of Walmart bags and I'll run them off and drop them off at the freaking pickup delivery center and thank the people that work in there for being hard workers and delivering my food for me. No sweat off my back. No. But some people like to turn things into drama. Want it now. Give it to me now. It's gotta be now. My way or no way. Now. Even when they're not entitled to it. That's the part I don't like. Alright. No, see, like stupid shit like this. I won't this look at this. Okay, let's just take a boo. Why don't we do that, and we're gonna end this video on this. Why am I keeping this stupid bag that's heavy? I'm stiff, people. I'm stiff. Oh my Lord. It hurts to move. Not like a lot, but let's just say I'm not having any fun. Alright. Now, where am I? I think I have glasses over there. When I did my canned goods, let me go see. Yeah. When I did my canned goods, see? Speaking of Walmart bags, look at this. You see this bag? You know what's inside of it? All Walmart bags. That's all it is. It's full of Walmart bags. Right? So when I say load up a Walmart bag and walk off and give it to somebody, I'm not kidding. When I gave my landlady those plates, I gave it to her in a Walmart bag. She asked me if I wanted the bag back. I said, heck no. I already got. It's fine, thank you. I don't need it. You know, I keep shit like this, right? Just because. Where other people will just go off and buy new ones. You know, because it means nothing. What is this? See, stuff like this. What is this? I can't really see. Stompers. Stompers. Look. Stompers. It's Corolla. This is like vitamin C. I can put this on the table for a lay of me. I don't know. Yeah, look at this, people. Like this is what I mean. Like, I'm not going to throw this stuff out. I would be foolish. I would be a very foolish woman to throw this shit out. These are stencils. It looks like letter stencils. Yeah. A, B, C, D. Brand new. But it... What is this? There's a ladybug. Do you see the ladybug? There's a ladybug. That's a paw. You see that, right? That's a little animal or some kind. Alea May is old enough to start doing this kind of stuff. Kyrie, no. Andre can come in here and work on the table with her. Where do I put it? There's another one. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it's something. Okay, so we know we're keeping that. Why do I need it? I'm 62. Well, because I do. And I shouldn't be punished for it. And when people tell me to give away my stuff, I don't care who it is. To me, it feels like punishment. What is this? Okay? This is not contraband. There's nothing illegal about what I have. What is it? I don't even know. Theater. Puppet theater. Oh. Fun station. So this is puppets. To make a puppet. Again, this was up in that cupboard that never got used for one reason or another. And then when I bought my canned goods, I kind of cleaned out 2 shelves, which spilled out in here, right? And then, yeah, you know. So that's where that shit came from. And that's why it's sitting in a bag. And obviously I bought this for $2.99 at Value Village, because you can see it says right there, $2.99. And it's something that doesn't even look like it's really been used. So there you go. I'm not going to throw it out. Just put you back. Oh no, what else is in here? No, you see this I don't need. I have to find the parts for it. Well, actually this one might work. This is a good one. This one I like. Alright? Look at that. This I can use. But I don't need it right now. So I'm going to put it here and just, when it's all cleared out and I got time, then we'll sit down with Alea May and we'll dig around. I'll give Kyrie a little pile of toys to play with. And we'll pick this, pick that. Then we'll pull that out. And we will hang it someplace where she can learn to use it when she comes to the house. Alright. What is this? Oh, it's just another bag. I just keep them just for whatever reason. I never buy them. I never would. That's probably why I keep them. Okay, this looks like to be, I don't know what this is. I guess an old calendar? But it's Ninja Turtle, looks like. Maybe? That looks like an old Ninja Turtle calendar. Which way is the right way? Yeah, turtle power. This would probably be a collector's item. What year was it? That's November. December. Let's flip it over. I wonder what year this was. (2010). Now I have two choices. I can either let Alea May and Kyrie cut it up and do like little crafts with it. Andre maybe. Or I could save it, protect it with a nice plastic cover, keep it out of the elements, right? And then I got a few other like actual Ninja Turtles that, you know, the old school kind from back in the day, still kicking around, and a video, and I could make a Ninja Turtle bag with nothing but Ninja Turtle paraphernalia in it. And I could sell it, or I could keep it, and, you know, as Kyrie grows, I think Amari's in his wheelchair. I think he wants out. As Kyrie grows, you know, he might want to play with Ninja Turtles when he's 8 years old. People, I'm willing to hang on to it for that long until he's 8, 10 years old. If I'm alive, you want Ninja Turtles? It's over there. Go play with them, Kyrie. And maybe by then my son will have his own boy, right? And he'll be, Mom, do you have any Ninja Turtles? And I'm like, you know, son, actually I do. Because when he was young, I bought him all kinds of Ninja Turtles. But he took them out into our yard, right? That house I lived in for 8 years. And they would, like, in the back, they made mounds and trenches and moats, and you know, they ran water and be out there playing, and he buried a lot of his Ninja Turtles out there, and now to this day he regrets burying his Ninja Turtles. He wishes he had them back, because he told me. And I said, well, I have a few kicking around, so don't worry about it. But I don't go out of my way to buy Ninja Turtles, right? Right. So I'd keep the Ninja Turtles just for the kids. I would. I don't know what this is. Fashion gift wrap. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe one day we'll make a picture, or we'll make something for Alea May. We'll make something for like her mummy. I'll take one of those picture frames. She'll come, she'll glue with shells, put her handprint in there, and then I'll let her wrap it up and she can give it to her mummy and her daddy. You know, just stuff like that, people, right? Why not? And teacher can hang it on the wall. Tina was telling me last night when she was talking to me, and she asked me what was going on because she went off and she talked to my son. Oh, remember me? Tina, how you doing? He knew who Tina was, right? We chatted for a little while, and she told him, don't mess with your mom. She's seasoned. You'll never win. This mama, my son said, oh, just tell my mom I love her. And I'm like, Tina came up and said that to me. I said, yeah, okay. He loves me. Because I told her a little bit about what was going on, right? I said, this was a bad time to come to the house, Tina. I'm like, I'm fuming mad right now, right? Shit's going on right now. And so anyway, she's got some serious stuff going on in her life that I'm going to go over some court papers and see if I can just reassure her that her lawyer is being honest with her, because she feels like her lawyer is not being honest with her and not telling her everything. So I'm just giving her some advice as to, my experiences and what I went through with Andre, and, court with just in general with, the lawsuits that I filed, and, what kind of people you're dealing with when it comes to lawyers and this and that. And she's going through a divorce, so, they had a house, and by the time they're done doing whatever they're doing, I don't want to talk about her business, but anyway, it doesn't look like she's going to get much out of it, because it's the system that's sucking up all the money. Charging $19,000 for services, like, who does that? And, and then add on this, all you're getting down to the point where it's going to be a zero balance. So, let me warn you now, it doesn't look good. Somebody's screwing you around here. Yeah, that's the way I feel. I said, yeah, well, welcome to the justice system, because that's basically what it's about. Pay to lose, pay to lose, pay to lose, pay to lose. But if she hears it from me, it's not so unbelievable, because it's something you have to kind of go through before you actually believe it. But if you sense it coming and you see it coming and you don't understand why, then it's better if you hear it from somebody that already knows and can say, yeah, it doesn't look good. Like, whatever you're thinking, I wouldn't get your hopes up high, because too much is being done this way, which, to me, it's a racket. It's a freaking fucking racket. Sorry, boo-boo racket. Okay. Here's these. So one of those shoes, Andre said he's a size 8. So one pair won't fit him. This will probably fit him. I don't know what size it is. That might be too big. This one might be a 9. But I can't see. I told him the ones that don't fit him, if they don't fit me, he can take to his friends into the courtyard over there on that side. And out of all those boys, maybe one it will fit, and the boy can have them if he wants. That belongs over there. And I have downstairs, and God forbid if they emptied out those videos. If they took all the videos, especially the ones that I really wanted to keep, then yeah, Andre's right. I'll be livid. I will be livid. I have Land Before Time, the series. They put out a lot of videos around Land Before Time with the little dinosaurs. Oh, I love Land Before Time. You don't even know I love Land Before Time, people. And my TV with the VCR works still, because Andre and I were watching Cleopatra not even 3 weeks ago on the VCR on my TV, which is an old TV. And believe it or not, the TV screen looks a whole lot better than these freaking widescreen, flat screen TVs that they're putting out today. I could see better on my actual TV with the VCR in terms of color or anything that was coming out of the screen compared to the flat screens that they sell now. That was the first thing I noticed. But if they ended up throwing out all my videos before I had a chance to really go through them, because, you know, we want to save them, right? You know, I would have been willing to get rid of some of them and maybe move them to a different location where they are right now. But if they're gone, I'll be fucking mad. And now I'm crashing. Now I'm crashing. Doesn't take much to push me over the edge. And then we've got some of Amari's stuff. So, kitchen, like dinner, like bowls and whatever. So I gotta find a spot for this in here because my kitchen is too small to have that in there at this point. Alright, so I'm going to end this video, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll just work on this. I'm going to get myself a coffee, and I'm trying to make a donation to Uganda. I'm working on that right now. We'll see if this lady responds back. I sent her an email. Told her I'm ready. $200. Yeah. $100 isn't enough. She needs to bring in a little bit of fish, and meat, and a few vegetables. And if she can make a few food hampers along the way and pass them off to a few other people, family or whatever, that would be good. And then after that, we'll see what happens, see how she responds back, because I asked her to do a couple videos on it, right? Just to show us what happened. See, just tell the kids Mama Lynn cares. That's all. Just tell the kids Mama Lynn cares. Okay? You know? And then try and work on topping it off again at some point. Maybe as a group of noble women. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But it's a situation where you have to build trust. People have to know that what they're being told is true. Right? And then it just makes it better. Okay, so what's this? I'm afraid to look, as if I can see it. It's in here. Can you hear it? What is it? Okay, do you see it? What is that? Marbles. It's marbles. That goes back to the day when I used to work with the kids at Gateway Place too. A lot of it. Big ones. There's a big one in there. Believe it or not, people collect marbles. Yeah. See, I have them all bagged up. Ah. I can take those marbles, get some cement, and make a mosaic, I think that's what you call them, of some sorts for my yard as decoration. Okay, that's just an idea. Or Andre can put them online, sell them a bag at a time, or take as is all, and just leave a few, because I got more marbles than this, people. I can show you a thing full of marbles, okay? I'm just saying, I don't need that many marbles. But I always planned on working with the children, so I was going to give them away when I came into contact with them if I went off and did a little event somewhere. That's why they're like that in separate bags. And that's, for me, is the heat score. Why are you keeping stuff like that? Because you don't need it. Well, who are you to tell me what I need and what I don't need? So, alright, so that's it. I don't want to do this. I don't know what to do. Oh, yeah, I want to show you one other thing. One other thing. Where is it? If I can see it. Where is it? And I'm glad I kept it. I'm so glad I kept it. I don't care what anybody says. Hold on a minute. Kyrie is going to love this. Yeah, he's going to love this. Andre loved it when he was little. Look at this. Do you see this? It's for Tonka toys. Hot Wheels. How do you open it? I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. Yeah, look. So as I find them around the house, there's a few still kicking around, I'll just go and put them in here. And then maybe one day I'll have Tisha run off to Value Village if I can't find enough, right? I used to have like a whole bunch, but I don't know where they are. I haven't seen them for years. Like, we're talking like a big box full, because, you know, Andre had tons and tons of them. They might be, there's only one place where I think they might be, but I don't know. They disappeared. Anyway, it's easy enough to go to Value Village, spend $10, and you can get this half full, if not almost full. Any thrift store, really, right? And, oh, Kyrie's gonna love this. He loves those little cars, just like Andre loved them when he was little. This was Andre when Andre was 2. He's 13 now. So we know we're keeping that in the playroom. We're not giving that away. Heck no. No. And then, maybe, just maybe, I'll still be around in 10 years from now. And as Kyrie's outgrowing it, Markane will have a little son. And it can be passed on down to Markane. Because by that time, I mean, that'd be like 25 years old. Assuming Kyrie doesn't break it. But we'll supervise it with him, because he tends to get a little rough with things. It just doesn't end. Okay, you want to know what this shit is? Why do I keep it? Trust me, it gets on my nerves. I don't like it. But I like old school technology with the CDs, with the old operating systems on the PC. I find that they're the best. One of the best investments that I ever made in life when it came to, I guess you could say, kid stuff. Let's just take a boot. See what's in here. Some of this stuff can probably go. I don't think we have... I don't even know what this is. I don't know what that is. Oh boy. Install. Yeah. Command and something. Oh my god, I can't see. Map. Yeah, like this. This is why I keep it. Do you see? I have the CDs. I have to get a computer going for Andre again. And Alea May will be old enough to do these. And I'm going to set up a computer with a printer. A Windows 7 with a printer. So that these programs should be able to be installed into the computer and should be able to print out. Because if you notice, this says Paint, Write, and Play. Oh, well, maybe not that one. I have these CDs. The majority of them actually do work for the most part, providing the operating system is okay. I'm sitting in a pile of dust. I keep them just in case I need the instructions. Because some of them can get complicated, right? So I have to keep them. I'll keep these handy because I do plan on bringing out a computer. Because the other one that was over there, it was crashing, and but then I did the computer sweep, but I haven't reinstalled. Dust. I haven't reinstalled anything in the ones that have been reformatted, but I'm going to. I'll probably have two. One in the bedroom, and maybe one in here, or it will be in the dining room area, one or the other. So I have to keep these. You know how many times people have tried to throw their shit out on me? They used to be downstairs. Alright. So you just get the general gist of what's going on here. Yeah, I charged this battery for almost. So what do? Do you see this hat? Am I a Joker? Or a Mrs. Claus? Which one am I? I could be a Joker. My life is a joke. You hear that? That's what is it called? Tambourine. One on the bottom, one on the bottom, one on the top. Poof, poof, poof. I wanted to kind of set it up for music in here so Andre can come in, and I have these drums. When I used to live at Gateway Place, it has a cowbell on it. The stand. Oh boy. The drums are up in my sewing area. Up high. There's two of them. And it has a cowbell. Do you hear? And then there's... Yeah. Where is it? It's actually echoing. I can hear echoing. So it's YouTube original. No copyright there. Okay. Oh boy. So I would love to be able to set the two drums on this, right? Because, like I said, Andre doesn't want me to sell it. He wants to play with it first. Maybe try and do something and record. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing here. I'm sitting in the middle of this big mound of mess. I threw out a bunch of, grocery bag, those cloth grocery bags out that way. They need to go downstairs, people. There's a reason why people in my situation move into houses. and use part of it upstairs. Well, upstairs for sure, always. And then parts of it in the basement are for storage and whatnot, right? I still have that puppet house that I made that was in my living room right there. It's kind of bowing on me on one side. I always planned on bracing it up with some wood because, you know, the kids, they like to play in it, right? So when I took it out of the living room, I brought it in here, but it takes up a lot of room, and what's inside of it is just a bunch of toys. That's all it is, toys. I'm sick of toys, man. Like, seriously, I'm so sick of toys you don't even know. You know where I got my aloe vera plant and the tomato plants going? There's a big-ass bin that used to be in here that's, like, full of toys. Again, I'm reluctant to give them away because, you know, when I have time, I want to get into it. And, what is that? Isn't that one of those things that zip ties? Yeah, I think so. I want to get into it and let Mari look at them and touch them, and, you know, I don't know if he'll ever learn what they actually are outside of grabbing and laughing and giggling, but, you know. So I'm figuring, obviously it came from my room, but it's kind of appropriate, don't you think? Being that this is the playroom. Right. So I thought I'd turn on the camera. I mean, like, I'm not throwing that out. I could see the kids running around with that. What is this? I remember I bought these for YouTube as a joke for some video that I wanted to do, but I'll save them for the kids because, you know, Andre wants to make a few videos along the way, so just to bring in a happy note, it's called Props. Oh, silly me. What else is in here? What is this? See, I have no room in here for this, but this is where it has to be. These used to be in my room, but like I said, the more I brought in food, the more this stuff started going out. What little girl wouldn't want to wear that? Leah May could wear this for Halloween with a little dress or something with the angel wings. What do you think? Does it suit me? Rollers. Hair rollers. Oh, I came across a book that Shimei put her pictures in, some of them, and she had that, she was like in her baby face stage still, so she would have been really young. Okay, see, these are baby diapers things, but you can see that's like a newborn, right? Looks like it still has its tag on it. What is it? Oh, look at that little shirt. Now, for something like this, the reason I probably kept it was for a Leah May. Well, that's a doll. That's for a doll. Ain't no baby gonna wear that. Alright. I had dolls around, but I don't know where they are. I got different kinds of dolls. I don't know. Oh, I guess they're both there. See, I keep this in here. Look how small this is. I mean, that's a preemie. That's a little preemie diaper. That's so cute. Tina said, my problem is I'm sentimental. And that's what my son doesn't understand. Someone like me is sentimental. I have a doll, that native doll, actually, that would fit these. Yeah, so I'm going to keep these. And maybe one day I'll let Alea mate, because that's the only doll that I can think of which would be good for this kind of stuff. Maybe one day I'll just let Alea mate change that doll's clothes. This kind of stuff, well, that has to be in here. But I have no place for it right now. See, stuff like this we can sell. This all had to do with the foundation and just promoting education and all that crap. Plus, Shimei liked to learn different languages, so, you know, I wouldn't put it past her. Oh, there's more in here. I wouldn't put it past her to have tried to learn how to speak Spanish. What is this? Ah, I think it's a collar. I kind of feel something here. Or it snapped onto something. It stretches. I can use that for my costume that I'm going to make. Oh, look, it's a little baby. Yeah, it's a little baby. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. Look how cute that is. And it has clothes on it already. It's nice and soft. It's good for Mari. Baby Mari. I have another little one that's a little bigger than this one. Just digging in here. A bag that's never been opened for $1.99. See, I don't have to go to thrift stores. All I have to do is get into my junk. Probably one of those videos I was thinking of doing again just for the fun of doing it with my kids. I don't know. The world became depressed, and misery likes company. We weren't miserable, but people around us were. Well, I'd have to make something with this. Viking woman. I don't know how that works. It doesn't go this way. It could be a ram. Like a goat, a ram, that kind of ram. If it makes you feel any better, I probably got it for 30% or 50% off, so I paid $1. We'll just say 50% off. And we can blame it on YouTube, because that would have been the only reason I would have bought it. Do something silly, because that's kind of a silly thing if you ask me. I'm just making a bigger pile here, that's all. Keep finding empty bags. What is this? Oh, it's a little booty. So something like that I could hang up, and that could be a little Leia May's booty for her special, maybe scissors or that kind of thing. Just junk for crafts. That's all it is. Yeah. I don't know. They're probably okay. Maybe not these ones. These ones are play ones. These ones seem not too bad. Can't even barely see it. See, if you want to dress up for Halloween, just come to my house. You'll find something. Right? Oh, we can barely see through these things. What's the point? Because I used to work with kids, that's why. Or whatever. This stuff here should go in one of those hat boxes I was talking about. Like this kind. Ow, shit. I snapped my eyes. Oh, here's another baby. Yeah. Another baby. Some of those clothes will fit this baby. And I got another baby a little smaller, and then this baby. So I got 3 babies. That's cool. And a little girl in the house. And Kyrie. I don't really have any place for the bag. I want to hang a couple more hooks up on the ceiling and just hang it from the ceiling for now. That's for sewing. That's probably a shoulder pad. Or I could use it for cupping a bra, but I only seem to have one there. Either or. I guess I could put that in there. We'll let Leia May play with it. Go through the bag. There's a shelf. Deb. Wink, wink. There's a shelf behind this junk here. That's full of books too. It's a good thing I was never an alcoholic. And justified my alcoholism by saying I like to collect beer bottles. Let me drink the beer first because I'm collecting the bottle. Yeah, could you imagine? So, at some point, I'm going to have to get into that wall unit over there. It's a shelf. It's shelving, right? And pull out some of those books and probably try and sell them. And then that will open up a little bit of room for stuff like this to put on the shelf instead. I'm not going to get rid of every book, that's for sure. But some of them can go. And then what's in here? But I don't know what to do in here. I'm beyond knowing what to do in here. There's not enough room. This house is just... I know I do some of it to myself, but I never wanted to live in the equivalent of a rancher. Not with the number of people that I had. That's nice. So, that will stay here with the musical instruments. Right? Because I'm not going to take that down. And I am seriously thinking about bringing out the drums and setting them up in here if I can just clear out a bit more, but it's a hit and miss. What is this? Now I'm the Grinch. Would I make a good Grinch? What do you think? That's his colors, right? Isn't that the Grinch's colors? It's amazing how a color can make you think of something. Do I look like the Grinch? What do you think? Do I make a better Grinch, a Joker, or maybe Mrs. Claus? Which one? Does Mrs. Claus even wear a hat like that? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a kitchen video with this on. And one of those funky pair of glasses. Hey, what do you think? Maybe. Obviously this was in my room somewhere. But I threw it in here. Okay, so we're going to keep this out for Lammy, the little pink booty. Where can I put it? Put it right there for now. And then of course Kyrie will want one. Tisha, I'm handing over curlers. I gave her a hot curler set and it had a couple of these things missing, but I told her as I came across the curlers, I'll just hand them to her. I don't need them. Never have time to curl my hair. Didn't you know mules don't curl their hair? Workhorses don't have time to curl their hair. Only the pedigree. Only the pedigree can do that. I'm not pedigree. Could you imagine what it would be like if I end up with dementia or something like that? The way I compare things to things in a storytelling kind of way, as if I was the Grinch. Right? They wouldn't know. Is Mom going? Does she have dementia, or is she, cognitive and aware of what she's talking about? Because it sounds like she's off in La La Land somewhere, always living with toys and right, and that kind of stuff. I mean, she's always got her mind on toys. Right? Obviously that belongs in the playroom, only I don't know where to put it. Outside of maybe hanging a hook and then just hanging it up, and then one day when the kids come in, we can say, which do you want, puppets? Do you want that? Those are mostly puppets up there. I'll probably end up selling some of these puppets. I had big plans for those puppets, but they never worked out. So I could, but I still have Amari, right? You know, those puppets would be handy with Amari, but, you know, I need more time for that kind of stuff, and I just don't have that yet. Okay, so we know we're keeping the puppets. This is for Petty Point, right? Isn't that what it's called? Petty Point? And I have Petty Point stuff that some of it could probably be sold. I don't know what to do in here, people. I'm not gonna waste too much energy. I already threw a bunch of shit out in the freaking hall. And I don't even, some of that stuff I want to take down, and like, I don't know. I asked my son if it's hard to get to that rack, that fabric rack. He said it was still there, and when I'm ready to move it, he'll move it for me. I said, well, that would be good. I told him I'm up here for 3 or 4 days or whatever it is, working between the 2 rooms right now, and then I'll come down and try it again, get back up on that horse. See, stuff like this can sit on the table after the fact. The kids can help me sharpen the pencils or whatever, and I can actually try and, I might have to take this and put it away. I don't know. There might not be no room. There's no room. This room is too small. So disappointing. And then when I get disappointed, I just want to curl up and forget about it. I'll just leave that. And then in this corner was here. Look, I don't even have a place to put my toilet paper or my paper towels. You know, like seriously, like it has no storage, right? This place has never had tools. You know, I got tools underneath the thing over there that I want to put my freaking vacuum cleaner in there, and I can't. Look at that stupid tools in there. And then over here, what is that? It's a knee pad. Put it in that bag. Children's knee pad. A little block. You see, I wouldn't even throw out the little block. Nope. Because I have sentimental attachment to it, because I've been a nesting, I'm a nester, you know. Like when you get pregnant, you go into the quote-unquote nesting stage. And because you're a caregiver, you're always nesting. And the people that you care for, it changes over the years, right? If you're like a quote-unquote caregiver. Here. Oh, I'm so hoping they did not throw those out downstairs, because if they did, I'll be fucking livid. Then I'll really be livid. Yeah. Because it's like being punched, and then you kind of get over it, right? You know, right? It knocks you back, it puts you back for, like, you know, it's like a bad hangover, and then, you know, you bounce back, and then you get punched again, right? You know, like, I mean, eventually your body just starts to give out, right? Because you can only handle it for so long. You know, it's hard, right? This we were going to put in playhouse, right? So I will take that to the kitchen, that can go to the playhouse, and that will add in some light. We've got different other lights Oh, here's another. This one is maybe a I don't know, wrist, I think. You notice how I'm just kind of moving and move the pile over there? Fuck. What is this? Playroom is kind of like a learning room too, you know? Only this thing doesn't have a head. Oh wait, no, it has a head. Here's the head. Oh, there we go. I guess that's for Halloween. But you could also use it for talking about the body with the bones. So we won't get rid of that. We'll save that. I guess I'll just put it in that bag for now until we get a little more organized. Okay, we know that. I got a little amp here because I got some electric guitars over there. Oh yeah, I got this still, eh? So I want to keep the amp in here because, you know, I wanted to turn it into a little bit of a music room, to which I still might do yet, providing that I can somehow make a bit of room. The Fit Kit. I wonder if I played this as I was working on a YouTube video, if YouTube would copy strike me on it. What do you think? Like, this is probably very old. Health and Welfare Canada. Huh? 1975, people. Like, seriously, man. That's too funny. What's in it? I haven't even gotten into my records yet. There's the Canadian flag. Welcome to the new Congo. Looking at Shimei's pictures, asking myself, how did my daughter end up dead at age 22 with the cops covering up her murder? Like, seriously, like, what does Canada really represent here, okay? Like, it's stupid. So stupid. People don't even have a freaking clue. What is this? These are stickers or something. Yeah. Look at this. It's stickers. And it looks like it would catch the light. I wonder if somebody would buy this. What am I going to do with it? Play the record. Get a copy strike from YouTube. Don't accuse me of being the Grinch. That would be YouTube. Trying to steal a part of Canadian history here. Because that's what this is, and this is in mint condition. Like, we're talking mint. Except for maybe the outer part of it. Stop. If 28 or more. What is this? What is this? How goofy is that? Look at the graphics on that. 1975. That's too funny. And then what's this? Physical fitness evaluation chart. Fit tips. Look at the graphics on that. That's too funny. This is a chart. some kind. I'm trying to be gentle with it. There's my baby. Baby! Do-do-do-do. Baby! In terms of spinning a record. It should be interesting to hear what it sounds like. So maybe I'll do that, just for fun. And I'll make sure I didn't lose any pieces. Let me put it back. I guess it goes in here. Yeah. Protects it. Here we go. So before I try and sell it, I think I should shoot for a copyright strike. Why not? What else you got to live for than to piss off YouTube staff? Yeah, let them know you'll never be their bitch. You might be a Grinch in disguise, but you'll never be their bitch. There. So we know we're going to do that. We're going to have that playing in the background when I get to my turntable. Because that thing's been kicking around and I didn't know what the hell to do with it, but now I know. And then we'll see if maybe I want to sell it, which I probably do, and we'll see if anyone gives us a nibble on it. Maybe it may find a good home or not. It's hard to say. Or it might end up becoming a donation to a place like my son suggested where, they're trying to do that daycare thing out in the wilderness. Well, it's not a wilderness, it's 17 acres of land. Something like that could probably work there, I suppose. It depends on how it's put together, but this was put together by Canada, federal government, when they actually cared about people being healthy compared to pushing mealy bugs, cockroaches, and freaking who knows what they're trying to feed us. Grasshoppers. I ain't eating no grasshoppers. Nope. Alright, now that I cleared off this little spot, this, I can put a light bulb in it and make a tiny lamp. Initially what I wanted to do was drill holes in it and then hang whatever and make a, you know how I like to hang things. If I put it outside, we know what will happen. It will rust. It will get wet. I won't be able to stop that from happening. So maybe I'll leave it inside. That's my problem. I want to do something with it, but I don't really have time. Maybe one day I could have it on the table and just make a day of it with the kids. I know exactly what I can use to hang around that if I wanted to do that, and I could still put a light in it too. And the things that I want to hang are translucent. They're plastic, and they come in different sizes, and they're long, right? And they're like different lengths. They come in different lengths, so I could start small and then have it go, right? And because there would be a light inside, they would catch the light. It would be almost like a chandelier of sorts. So I'm going to keep that, and maybe I'll do a day project with the kids after the table's in here. Right. And then, what's this? Okay, what is this? Oh, this is for paper and shit. Some of this stuff is stupid. See, I wouldn't throw out that. That's Lego. This is for those books. I wouldn't know how to use them though. See? This is solid brass. That was obviously part of a lamp at some point, I would think. Would make something very nice. Or is it a pepper shaker? What is this? Oops. This is a pepper shaker, maybe. No. A genie bottle. It's a genie bottle. Genie, genie. Grant me 3 wishes, genie. Could be a genie bottle. Get rid of the Grinch. If there's a genie in there, we don't want no Grinches around. Right? Just saying, eh? I guess those are for putting pots on and stuff after you take them off the stove. I'm trying to figure, this was made in Canada. Speak the truth. Speak the truth, but leave immediately after. That's YouTube. That's a YouTube moment. You can speak the truth, but you gotta leave right away after it. Yeah, you're gonna get into trouble. To err is human. To really screw up, you need a computer. What do you do with stuff like this? But it's for, like, to put things on, like, something hot. I'll put it in my kitchen, I suppose, eh? Maybe? Maybe I'll put it in my kitchen. Used to have stuff in it, not anymore. I could fill it up again if I wanted to. What is it made with? What do you think? How would I make it, I suppose I could pull it maybe. Oh, it wouldn't really matter. See, something like this, I would repair. So we'll leave it with the crafts, and one day when we're in here, hopefully, we'll use that bag. Can repair it. It'll be kind of one of those let's repair toys days. Yeah. I have no place for this kind of shit either, right? Freaking piles up in here. Sometimes I use this for Amari. I've got a tiger in the living room kicking around, and then we've got the little dog, because I'm always having to pencil in Amari to one degree or another. And then I got my super duper fan in here for when the heat wave comes. This type of fan is actually not too bad. I paid about $230-40 for the thing. And it pumps out air pretty good, and it kind of keeps the living room cool. I like that better than the air conditioner that my son brought up there for a little while. I didn't like the air conditioner. That was a waste of time. But this fan works really good. It does what I need to do. Did you see what I just did here? Look what I did. What did I accomplish? Where's any room for the table? There is no room for the table. Never mind room for more bins coming upstairs. But I guess I have to figure it out. I need a coffee. Coffee. This is not getting done today because I have to think about it. It's gonna take me a little while to get it figured out. I'm hoping to be able to take my toilet paper, excess toilet paper, and excess paper towels and put them downstairs. You know, between the two rooms that I have access to at this point, so that because I have nowhere else to put it. I don't. And I suppose that's how my son feels. Because in general, the house is small. I say, my kids know it's not. I say, no, I've lived in houses. I've lived in houses, many houses, different kind of houses. This house is small. It's always been small. It looks big on the outside, but it's not. What's this? Oh, it's these glasses. Okay, I'll just let them stay and we'll play one day with Andre. Everybody can run around the house with glasses on and we'll play one day. You know, the thing is though, once I start doing videos with the kids kind of being around me and being involved, it's a hit and miss. Sometimes YouTube will just make it so that nobody can comment, even though it's just a family life, right? But yet with other YouTubers, they don't do that shit. That's what I don't like about YouTube. They're so fucking hypocritical. It's pathetic. Yeah, so pathetic. You got one YouTuber doing whatever they want, when they want, with their kids. I come in and do something simple, and they're like putting a no comment on it. I don't know. Then, you know, it's that psychological warfare, right? You know, they're trying to control the narrative. They only allow some people to be successful, others no. This is so cute. What is it? Is that a finger puppet? What do you think? Kind of feels like it. Don't leave me behind. Put me someplace safe and look after me. Is that what it's saying? Why are you there, right there, staring up at me? Unless, of course, you wanted some kind of attention. Yes, I did. That seems like a finger puppet, don't you think? It fits perfect on my finger. It's not a Lego block. It's not a Dupo block. I don't know what kind of block it is. And honestly, I've never seen this thing in my life. This is the first time I've seen it, or at least noticed it. And if you notice, it's a little kid in the playroom being, what, mischievous? What do you think? You know how kids are. I don't know what to do. I'm at my max. The only thing that I can think of that might make sense, but I don't want to do it. I'm not ready yet to do it. That's the problem. I'm not ready. Well, I could take out the puppet house and trash it, but it would be nice if we could play with it for a little while. Right, once I clear out this, it will, you know, can get to it at some point, I would think. The table, it's a 2-leaf table, but it folds under. The 2 leaves fold, so the table itself, it can be as thin as this. It's not very wide, right? And then 2 leaves, right? If you want to open, it's easy to open. If you want to close, so the table itself, right? Like, you know, I mean, I could close down the table and make this available so we can pull it out. This is Kyrie. You gotta watch Kyrie because he likes to. My kids, my grandkids, when they come, oh my God, they're in like Candyland. They want to touch everything, grab everything, pull everything down, play with everything. But they're getting a little older now, so they're not, you know, Kyrie's listening a little better. And of course, Alea May is listening better. And if I can give them structured play, that would even be better, right? That's the point. I want to give them more structured play with these things. I didn't accomplish anything today, people. This is stupid. So, I don't even know where to put the paper towels and the toilet paper. And I got more toilet paper in the bathroom. A big one like this. I used to put them up on the bunk bed in my bedroom, but I had to move fabric up on top because I put some jars on the bottom. So that's the problem with food prep. It kind of pushes things out of the way, and then you get an overflow and you don't know what to do with it. But I'd rather have the food in the house and have the food security than be the one that's, oh well, it is what it is, you know, there will always be food, so who cares, right? Just pay what you have to pay and forget about it. Wow. If you're doing a solo, or you believe in your government that it's always going to feed you by making it available, but then you might wake up one day and find out that it's not so available. Okay, so this is an animal of some sorts. I think. I feel an ear. I feel another ear. There's a nose. I don't know what happened to the eyes, but I've got eyes around the house in my sewing room that we could glue on new eyes. Here's a foot. There's a foot. I don't know. Oh my God. Oh. Clearly it squeaks. Fuck. She can't see, right? I don't know what I'm touching here. Front and back. So, we just need to fix it up. And it goes with the music. So we'll put that in Alea May's booty. This I like. I think this is so cute. And we'll put that in Lammy's booty too, so it doesn't get lost. And this is a Murray's toy, but half of these things are missing. So I have to find them because he liked that toy. Well, I think I'm just going to get a coffee. I'm going to get in the hall, try and figure out what I'm going to do. I have to get down. Some of this stuff has to go downstairs. Like the toilet paper and stuff, right? There's a shelf in Shimei's room that I asked my son to fix, just make it more sturdy. But I wouldn't want to put toilet paper there anyway. I'd rather put light boxes of food items or something, or I suppose you could put paper towel there, maybe, you know, just out of sight, out of mind. I don't know. I'm trying to keep Shimei's room mostly just food. As much food as, that's about it. That's all I'm trying to keep in there. I don't want to start bringing in toilet paper. But I could see the toilet paper going into Tisha's room, and you know, like these bigger things, like these, you know how big they get, right? There's no room up here for them. So, anyway, I didn't accomplish very much today. I hate days like that. Because I'm at my wit's end. There's another bag. What's in this bag? Amari's stuff. Try to get him to drink from cups and stuff, but he won't take these kind of nipples. He won't drink from this cup. Brand new. Whatever, there's other cups in here. If they're the hard nipples, he won't take them. Like this kind, he won't take them. But I'm going to try it again. He's getting older. Stay positive. If it was a soft nipple, then yeah, maybe. But like this, no. Yeah, I've tried so many different kinds of cups you don't even know. So needless to say, as I'm buying, I'm not throwing out because I don't want to have to buy again. Some of this stuff could go downstairs after the fact. Like I tried these cups with the grips on it that have a silicone nipple. He didn't like it. The other parts are somewhere else. This is just a fraction of the cups that I bought. So stuff like this, yeah, will go into Tisha's room. I'll sort them out better. I'll put them in their own box, nice, organized. Label on the box what they are, and every now and then just try and reintroduce him to it to see if he'll take it. Because as it is, I'm just wasting money buying this crap. He won't take it. Yeah, see, hard nipple, he won't take it. But I'm going to try it again. Those are my troubles. What is this? This was for that Dr. Brown nipples, I think. Dr. Brown bottles. Bottle parts. I may or may not have the bottles around. I don't know. I don't remember. It could be. Could be thrown out by now. Who knows? What is this? Yeah. Just all baby bottle shit. Which I suppose could be dropped off at the thrift store, some of these. Unless, of course, maybe I wanted to use them with Amari for play, for counting. Or he could just throw them around. He'd like that. If I gave him a container full of these things, he'd grab and throw them around. There's an idea. Then I get my money's worth. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Try it out, see if he does it. If he does it, well, as he's throwing, we could count. Maybe. Or we'll just keep him busy for a while. Yeah, see? Different bottles. I mean, cups. Yeah, that goes with that metal one. He won't take it. I paid a lot of money for those metal cups with that silicone shit. He won't take it. He refuses. I have to find the time for all the nipples for these things. But if they're silicone nipples, silicone, like the clear silicone, he chews them. And then they become like useless, like that. Anyway, we'll go through that later. I will look for a container for those little things that he can toss around. Alright. But otherwise, you need like a storage room for this kind of shit, right? That's why, again, that's why people have basements and stuff, right? Put this kind of stuff. It's not supposed to sit in the middle of your bloody bedroom, for crying out loud. I'm going to try this cup with him again. Try it. If it doesn't work, it goes back into the bag, and maybe next year he might use it. Who knows? It might become one of those milestones. And then this is Amari stuff in here too. What's in here? Yeah, I think these are nipples, but they're the silicone nipples. Yeah. He will take those, but it's a hit and miss. And you can't really leave him with them because, you know, he's spilling all over the place. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Weird. He wouldn't use these, I don't think. Yeah, see, here's those bottles. That's the bottle that probably goes with that. There's a few of them in there. 2 I can feel. Toss that around. Anyway. Oh, woe is me. Whoa, 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 woe is me. We'll put this in the Leia May's little booty. So that will be something she can learn to fix. That's easy enough. Just put a little few beans in there. Get a glue gun, glue it, right? Try and, I suppose if I wet this first, it would probably soften it. And then maybe I could pull this out a bit because you can see it's dented. Just soften it first, and I'm afraid to. Who knows? I don't know. Kids are rough. But Alea May could fix that, and then put a little, you know, you either use just normal glue and wrap it up. And the point is she learns how to fix things versus just chucking it out. That would be the point of that exercise. Okay, I ain't gonna worry. I'm gonna go have a coffee. I'm gonna take a day break from this situation. As long as there's nothing near my freezer, so my freezer can breathe. Take this out. These come out. This is nice. I'll put it by the music. Stuff here for now. Okay. It looks worse than it is. I just get frustrated with it, that's all. I need, you know, what would be, you know how I could solve this problem, like, very quickly? All I need is 2 hooks on the ceiling. Yeah. 2 hooks. That would, see, those are puppets up there. Mainly puppets. There's the puppet house. And then there's another bag up there. I don't know what's in that bag. I think craft stuff or something. I don't even remember. I can't even see anymore. But if I put two hooks, just one there and one there, so I can hang a couple, 2, 3 more bags up, half of what's here would be gone. That's how I'd solve that problem. And then when we're ready to do a craft, just look or play puppets, just easy enough to get them down right. And then put them back up when you're done. So basically, like a bag like this with the Mickey Mouse hat. Do you see? I just need to put a hook up and hang it up. And when we're ready to do something with it, that's when I take it down. I brought out hooks, but I misplaced them. Things are getting moved around too much. But as soon as I find them, I'll put 2 butterfly hooks up. All right. I'll give these to Tisha. And so we'll put those in Alea May's booty right here, the little rollers. These ones you can actually sleep with. Do you remember going to sleep with rollers in your hair? I do. When I was a kid. And my hair is so fine that it never held the curl. No, my hair doesn't do well with curls. It's too fine. Shmay had natural curls. She had beautiful hair. Yeah. Okay. So we have to get a booty for Kyrie so he doesn't feel jealous. I've got a black one around here. I think it's in the bathroom. That one will do. And we'll put something in there for him. So after everything's all said and done, we can go into the playroom and talk about what we're going to do. That's the end of this video, for sure.